What if the very fabric of reality holds the key to humanity's survival? Hidden within the quantum realm where consciousness and cosmos dance in perfect synchronization. As our planet accelerates toward thermodynamic collapse, with extinction probability calculations reaching critical thresholds, ancient sages understood what modern science is only beginning to glimpse: that consciousness itself operates through quantum entanglement principles that could reverse our current trajectory toward planetary entropy. The survival matrix indicates we have less than 12 years before irreversible climate tipping points cascade into mass extinction coefficients that would eliminate 70% of Earth's biodiversity. Yet within this cosmic crisis lies the most profound revelation humanity has ever encountered. The quantum field that connects every particle in existence operates through the same non-local awareness that mystics have accessed for millennia through spiritual practices. But here's where everything changes. When two particles become quantum entangled, they maintain instantaneous communication across vast distances, transcending the speed of light limitations that govern our classical understanding of reality. This phenomenon, verified through rigorous scientific experimentation, reveals that separation is merely an illusion of our limited perception. What the ancient wisdom traditions called universal consciousness, quantum physicists now recognize as the fundamental interconnectedness woven into the very structure of spacetime. The first revelation emerges from the observer effect, where consciousness itself influences the collapse of quantum wave functions. Your awareness isn't passive. It's actively participating in the creation of reality at the subatomic level. When you focus your intention on planetary healing, you're engaging the same quantum principles that allow entangled particles to communicate instantaneously across cosmic distances. The survival protocols encoded in your DNA respond to conscious intention through quantum field fluctuations that ripple through the collective unconscious. Consider this: biodiversity collapse accelerates when humanity operates from separation consciousness. But quantum entanglement demonstrates that isolation is scientifically impossible. Every thought, every emotion, every conscious choice creates quantum field disturbances that influence the morphic resonance patterns governing ecological systems. The ancient sages who spoke of universal oneness were describing quantum non-locality through spiritual metaphor. The second revelation involves thermodynamic equilibrium and its relationship to spiritual awakening. As global temperatures rise and entropy acceleration threatens planetary stability, the quantum field responds to collective consciousness shifts. When you align your awareness with the cosmic intelligence that governs quantum entanglement, you're accessing the same non-local healing frequencies that can influence weather patterns, restore damaged ecosystems, and activate dormant genetic codes for enhanced planetary resilience. But there's something even more extraordinary happening. Quantum coherent states where particles maintain synchronized vibrations across vast distances mirror the coherent heart rhythms achieved through advanced meditation techniques. The HeartMath Institute has documented how coherent heart patterns influence global magnetic field fluctuations, suggesting that individual consciousness can literally alter planetary electromagnetic conditions through quantum entanglement principles. The third revelation connects quantum superposition with multidimensional awareness. Before measurement collapses the wave function, quantum particles exist in all possible states simultaneously. This reflects the shamanic understanding that consciousness can access multiple timeline probabilities, allowing you to perceive potential futures and actively choose the reality thread that ensures planetary survival. when extinction probability calculations show devastating outcomes. Quantum consciousness allows you to navigate toward timeline branches where humanity thrives. Here's where ancient wisdom meets cutting-edge physics. The Vedic texts describe consciousness as the fundamental ground of being, from which all material phenomena emerge. Quantum field theory now confirms that matter itself emerges from fluctuations in the quantum vacuum, what mystics called the pregnant void. When you connect with this primordial awareness through spiritual practice, you're accessing the same creative intelligence that governs quantum entanglement and can influence ecological restoration at the molecular level. The fourth revelation involves quantum tunneling and its implications for consciousness evolution. Particles can pass through energy barriers that should be impossible to penetrate according to classical physics. Similarly, consciousness can transcend the apparent limitations of individual awareness and tunnel into collective intelligence fields that contain solutions to our planetary crisis. The survival strategies needed to reverse environmental collapse exist within the quantum information matrix accessible through expanded states of consciousness. Mass extinction coefficients show that current consumption patterns will eliminate most life forms within decades. Yet quantum entanglement reveals that every conscious being is connected to the cosmic intelligence that created and maintains all biological systems. When you align your awareness with this universal consciousness, you become an active participant in planetary healing rather than a passive observer of ecological destruction. The fifth revelation emerges from quantum decoherence and its relationship to spiritual purification. Environmental toxins and electromagnetic pollution disrupt both cellular coherence and quantum consciousness states. Ancient detoxification practices, fasting breathwork, plant medicine ceremonies, restore quantum coherence by removing interference patterns that block access to non-local awareness. As you purify your physical and energetic systems, you enhance your capacity to channel healing frequencies through quantum entanglement connections. Consider how magnetic field disruption correlates with both spiritual awakening and ecological crisis. The Earth's magnetic field is weakening while solar radiation increases, creating optimal conditions for consciousness evolution and quantum coherence expansion. Those who understand how to work with these electromagnetic shifts can access enhanced psychic abilities and contribute to collective healing through quantum field modulation. The sixth revelation connects entropy acceleration with consciousness transformation. While physical systems tend toward disorder without energy input, consciousness operates through negentropy, the tendency toward greater order and complexity. When you align with cosmic intelligence through spiritual practice, you become a conduit for negentropic forces that can reverse ecological degradation and restore planetary balance through quantum field harmonization. But here's the pattern interrupt that changes everything. Climate scientists focus on technological solutions while ignoring the quantum field effects of collective consciousness. Spiritual communities emphasize individual awakening while disconnecting from planetary survival urgency. The quantum entanglement way integrates both approaches, recognizing that consciousness evolution and ecological restoration are quantum entangled processes that must occur simultaneously. The seventh revelation involves quantum information theory and its implications for accessing cosmic intelligence. Information cannot be destroyed in quantum systems. It transforms into different configurations within the universal information matrix. The wisdom needed to solve our planetary crisis already exists within the quantum field. Ancient practices like shamanic journeying, mystical contemplation, and visionary states allow consciousness to access this information through quantum entanglement with cosmic intelligence. biodiversity collapse reflects the disconnection between human consciousness and the natural world's quantum coherence patterns. Indigenous traditions maintained this connection through ceremonies that align individual awareness with ecosystem intelligence. When you restore these quantum entanglement connections, you gain access to the survival strategies encoded in the Earth's living systems. The eighth revelation emerges from quantum field fluctuations and their relationship to manifestation principles. The quantum vacuum contains infinite potential energy that can materialize into physical form through conscious intention. When focused properly, awareness can influence quantum field fluctuations to manifest the technologies, resources, and collective actions needed for planetary healing. The ancient understanding that consciousness creates reality finds scientific validation in quantum mechanics. Here's where everything converges. The same quantum entanglement that allows particles to communicate instantaneously connects your consciousness to every living system on Earth. When you align with this universal intelligence through spiritual practice, you become a quantum healing agent capable of influencing ecological restoration through non-local awareness. The survival of our species depends on enough individuals making this quantum consciousness connection. The ninth revelation involves quantum coherence and its relationship to collective healing. When individual consciousness achieves quantum coherence through meditation, prayer, or ceremony, it contributes to morphic field patterns that influence mass consciousness. Critical mass calculations suggest that when 1% of the population achieves quantum coherence, it creates cascade effects that can shift entire civilizations toward survival-oriented behaviors. But time is running out. Entropy acceleration approaches the point of no return. While most of humanity remains trapped in separation consciousness that prevents access to quantum healing abilities, the ancient prophecies spoke of this moment, when the choice between extinction and transcendence would determine the future of consciousness on Earth. The 10th revelation connects quantum entanglement with the universal intelligence that maintains all biological systems. Through deep spiritual practice, you can establish direct communication with this cosmic intelligence and receive guidance for navigating the challenges ahead. The solutions exist within the quantum information matrix. They require only the conscious awareness to access and implement them. The thermodynamic equilibrium that governs planetary systems responds to collective consciousness frequencies. When enough individuals achieve quantum coherence and align their awareness with ecological healing, the morphic resonance patterns shift to support life rather than destruction. This is why ancient wisdom traditions emphasized the interconnectedness of all beings. They understood the quantum entanglement principles now being verified by modern physics. As magnetic field disruption intensifies and climate tipping points approach, those who understand quantum consciousness principles become bridges between the old reality of separation and the emerging reality of universal connection. Your awareness is not separate from the cosmic intelligence that governs quantum entanglement. You are that intelligence expressing itself through human form. The survival matrix calculations are clear. Business as usual leads to extinction within decades. Yet quantum entanglement reveals that consciousness evolution can reverse entropy acceleration and restore planetary balance through non-local healing effects. The choice is yours. Remain trapped in separation consciousness or step into your role as a quantum healing agent working in service to planetary survival. Every moment you align your awareness with universal intelligence, you contribute to the morphic field patterns that will determine humanity's future. The quantum field responds to conscious intention with the same precision that governs entangled particle communication. Your spiritual practice is not separate from ecological activism. They are quantum-entangled aspects of the same evolutionary imperative. The ancient sages understood thermodynamic principles through spiritual insight, recognizing that consciousness and cosmos operate as a unified quantum system. Now, as extinction probability calculations reach critical levels, this understanding becomes essential for species survival. Will you remain unconscious while the planet dies? Or will you awaken to your quantum nature and join the consciousness revolution that can save our world? The quantum entanglement way is not theory. It's the practical application of cosmic intelligence for planetary healing. The time for passive spirituality has ended. The universe is calling you to embody your quantum nature and become an active participant in the greatest transformation in human history. Your consciousness is quantum entangled with the fate of all life on Earth. What will you choose?